There a little bit, you know, the relationship that you build up with the trainer and the trust that's involved. I mean, with them looking to you for the best advice.
Yep.
You know, that's obviously something that takes time to build. Another area is probably with the vets. I mean, you work closely now, probably a lot more than you did maybe in the past, but work pretty closely with the vets and all the new things happening there.
There's a lot of veterinarians, farriers around here. And you know, with that being said, you always hear the push-pull with the farrier said, the vet said. It is so nice, and I think I've been around for so long. I always respect whatever the vet tells me. I respect that. Those guys have got a huge degree. They've worked hard for many years to come up with this degree. They know all the anatomy, and you know, the bottom line, when the horse is not doing well, that they point the finger at the vet first. He's the guy. Now he can blame me, he can do whatever, but the vet is the one with his neck on the butcher block when it comes to making sure a horse is ready to ride into that show ring. So you know, it's darned important that me and us as farriers learn how to work with these guys, and if there's a problem and we just see something completely off the wall that they want to do, okay, we need to get away from everybody, and we need to talk about that for a few minutes. And you know, I was real blessed for many years to work with Dr. Baker there at Alpha, and him and I had a great relationship, and trust me, there was plenty of times him and I went out behind the trailer and was like, what are you thinking? We can't do that. And you know, and then we come up with a plan and execute it, and I just can't stress enough how important it is that the vets and farriers work together and come up with a plan together. And as far as working with the trainers and all the help, all the lopers, even down to the stall help, we're all on the same team. I come in, I shoe a horse. Well, I only see that horse for maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Okay, so what the trainer has to tell me about what's going on with that horse and some history, and what the lopers have to say, what's going on with that horse and the history, even the stall help. I want to know what that horse is doing in the stall, if he's just standing there, if he's laying down a lot, if he's holding up a foot, if he's unruly and they had to poke him with a rake. I want to know everything about that horse before I shoe him. Then I have a lot better idea what I need to do to keep this horse sound for the rest of our team. So the trainer can go in and ride in and then hopefully pull a check.
That makes sense. What are some of the big changes you've seen over the years as far as from when you first started? Obviously some of the tools probably. Sure.
There's been there's horseshoeing is basic horseshoeing. We're still taking a piece of iron and we're bending it to the perimeter of the foot and we're nailing it on. I think probably in the past, we were, in the early days of my career, maybe a little more primitive about balance and angles than we are now. We were a little more primitive about breakover. Now, you know, we're so fortunate we can x-ray a foot and come up and look at that x-ray, and we've got the anterior posterior balance of where we want the shoe, boom, like that. And that's so nice. And I think one thing in the modern world that maybe has hurt us a little bit, number one, are these slow motion treadmills. I'm still not into that. I mean, that they can lie to you, and you can find problems that aren't there, or you can mistrim a horse because you're too concerned about the treadmill, and you're not concerned enough about let's watch them walk across the barn floor. In a walk, not even a trot, I want to see them walk. I want to see how they flip their toe up and land, and if things are crooked and how they're landing, and it will determine on how I want to balance the foot. And looking at the medial-lateral balance of a foot from an x-ray, I love that. I love being able to look at x-rays and see what's going on. However, I don't always trust them. I still want to watch the horse walk. I still want to watch him move. I still want everybody's history on this horse and what's going on before I trim it, and then I'm happy with my trim job.
Yep.
And then once we get the trim job done, then we can determine what kind of shoe we might want to use and how we want to fit them and such as that.
Yep.
But it all starts with a proper trim
Yep.
to keep them sound.